Hey guys, welcome in. Today got a new video for you guys. A little bit controversial topic that we're going to talk about, and then I'm going to dabble into, as the title says, should teachers work in the summer? The main reason that I'm doing this is just I always get questions and comments and little discussions started, I'll say. End of the year comes closer and closer, and I start packing all my stuff and getting all my summer school stuff ready. I've done summer school for the last 10 years, so 10 years now I've done summer school. I actually started out in this building at Riverside. That's how I plugged into the Fond du Lac School District, was doing a school job. Probably with about 2 weeks left in the school year, I got plugged into it because somebody bailed out on it, and since then I've been doing it. So I really enjoy summer school. I wouldn't say at the end of the school year I enjoy summer school because it's very challenging. It's a difficult, extremely stressful time of the year, trying to educate and teach kids at the end of the school year when teachers are fatigued, students are fatigued, everybody in the building is kind of fatigued and about done the year, and to try to get learning out of those last couple art classes is really, really challenging, let alone regular classes. I can't imagine how they do it every day as those last kind of days progress. But one thing that I wanted to talk about with you guys is how you guys make the decisions and how you guys make the choices, and thought, I guess, whether you're a teacher or not, what you guys think about teachers working in the summer. Because obviously as a teacher, it's always a debate that I kind of mull back and forth if I should do summer school or if I shouldn't, and then how much of it. I like it that we have in Fond du Lac School District that it's just 3 weeks. It's every day and it kind of is wham bam, and it goes just in the month of June. I know some districts do it in July, some districts do it like 4 days a week, and then they have off on Fridays, which gives you a little bit of flexibility. But let me know down in the comments what you guys are kind of thinking. And I guess from a teacher's perspective, what makes the choice for you? There's a couple things that make the choice for me. I would say the ease and the ability to kind of experiment with stuff in my class as a newer kind of teacher. I still like to experiment things and try out things, and I think summer school is a really good opportunity for trial and error. It allows me stuff in my art class that I have the ability to kind of experiment and try things. That's how I started out with my YouTube. It's an opportunity that I can still kind of trial and error things, find out what's working and what's not. It's a smaller class size. It's more a selective group, I guess, of enrichment kids that choose to take art. It's not really that they're forced into it, although some of them are kind of forced into it as kind of a daycare or a babysitter for the first couple of weeks of summer school, whether they choose to take my class or not. But I would say probably about a good 80% of it actually chooses to be in my class, so I get the benefit of that, of kids that actually want to be there and are a little bit more motivated, I guess, to be there in that. So that's one of the reasons that I really like it, is that I can experiment and actually try with kids that really are motivated and ambitious about art. So that's why. Another reason, it's really good money. It's really good for the short amount of time. I think it's really worthwhile for the amount of money that you get by the end of it. I happen to be lucky enough to do elementary in the morning, and then in the afternoons I go over to the high school and kind of supervise a E2020 credit recovery class, which is basically just kids that have failed throughout the year and then they need to just take an online course, and it kind of guides them step by step. So really I'm just kind of supervising and offering little technology kind of help with them getting through that program online. So that's a pretty easy gig, and it gives me some freedom to kind of get my thoughts together and actually do a lot of planning in that afternoon set. So all in all, it is a benefit to me because it really helps me for the next year almost. It helps me in planning time and figuring out and trial and erroring things, and it's good money, and it kind of gives me and my family kind of some freedom and flexibility with spending money kind of throughout the year also. So let me know what your kind of thoughts and what you guys are thinking. From an outside perspective, teachers get a bad rep as summers are off and we get 3 months off and we only work 9 months a year, which anybody in the education field knows that is ludicrous to say the least. Teachers are working not just your regular, 8 to 3 school day, but they're in there early, they're out there oftentimes very, very late and doing work at home, weekends, and summer is kind of a little bit of a cleansing time, introductory, and then it kind of goes right back into thinking like, what can you do for the next year? And a little bit of reflection time. So a lot of that time is just planning, getting your room set, going over different things, cleaning out your room. I mean, really, we literally have to be cleaned out of our room in like 2 days from the end of the school year. So most people that haven't been able to clean up in the last craziness of, the last 2 weeks of the school year, really, you just kind of throw things to the side and scatter any blank areas you kind of throw and stuff. So I guess then after they kind of clean your rooms, the fantastic custodial staff that works extra hard during the summer to get those cleans, oftentimes that stuff is just kind of packed into different areas and different cubbies and different spaces that then once the school year comes, we have to kind of figure out where that stuff goes and what we need and what we don't, from just the craziness of the end of the school year to kind of resetting our whole classrooms as kind of a strong learning environment, because I can probably say about 90% of the classrooms are not up to par at the end of the year. It's just, they've had 20 to 30 kids in their room destroying it, pretty much for the last 8 months of the school year. So it takes a lot of abuse, and it takes a lot of kind of getting it back together. So that in itself is just a task of getting your room together. So then not to mention all the different plannings and different trainings that a lot of teachers have over the summer, and different learning opportunities that teachers take on, and different teams that they're on, different events they're involved in planning for the school year. It's such a team and organized planning procedure for all the events throughout the school year, and all the different plans and different activities and different things that are involved in a school of 400 or 500, whatever school or building that you guys are in. It takes a lot to make all that work. As I sit here on a Tuesday afternoon at 3:45, I still see 4 cars in the parking lot of teachers, and it's only like a week and a half after the school year of teachers, doing stuff, whether it is for summer school or is for the year that's coming up. Teachers are always working. So that's the main message I want to get in this video. It takes a lot to make all that work, in kind of a seamless, flawless perception, from the outside. It just works every single day. It takes a lot of preparation, a lot of, behind the scenes work into that. So I definitely commend all the people that do that, and do take a little bit of flack for just, having summers off and being a little bit lazier in the summer. It's a different perspective when you're actually in the field and walk kind of in those shoes. As I always say, you never know somebody's struggle until you walk a day or two in their feet. And anybody that's ever volunteered or been in a school kind of knows the different type of person that it takes to be in a school every single day. It's not for everybody, but that's what we chose, and that's the the pros and the cons that you do get with this job. Some days it can be a pro, some days it can be a con, a little bit frustrating, but there's definitely overall benefits that I think definitely outweigh that, at least for me, in my choice and my decision, being a young teacher. At the end of this, make sure you throw some of your comments down, some of your thoughts and ideas on this type of video. It's a little bit different angle that I was trying to take. Thank you guys for viewing. As always, I am Mr. Shooty. This is Mr. Shooty's Art Channel. We'll talk to you guys later.